Imagine it's 10 years from today. Two neighbors are standing in their driveways on a Saturday morning. One is cleaning an older sedan. The paint isn't perfect. The technology feels outdated, but he smiles every time he looks at it. The other is stepping into a brand new car with that fresh off the lot smell everyone loves. Most people would assume the second guy is doing better financially. The numbers tell a different story. And that's because one of the most expensive mistakes people make isn't choosing the wrong car, it's choosing the wrong way to pay for it. Meet Daniel and Ryan. Both are 30 years old. Both earn about $60,000 a year. Both want the same $32,000 sedan. They're not reckless with money. They're not financial experts. They're just regular people trying to make a smart decision. Ryan loves driving newer cars. When he visits the dealership, he's offered a lease. The monthly payment looks attractive. The salesperson highlights all the benefits: lower monthly costs, new technology, warranty coverage, no hassle when it's time to move on. Just drive the car for a few years and get another one. Simple. Daniel chooses a different path. He finances the same car with a traditional auto loan. His monthly payment is noticeably higher. Right away, that feels painful. Every month, more money leaves his bank account than Ryan's. For a while, it honestly looks like Ryan made the smarter choice. But that's where most people stop thinking. And that's where the math becomes misleading. Because monthly payments tell only part of the story. The real question isn't, what does this cost me this month? The real question is, what does this cost me over the next 10 years? For the first few years, Ryan's experience is great. The car is new. Everything works perfectly. If something breaks, it's usually covered under warranty. There's very little stress. The car feels modern. The features feel exciting. Every drive feels fresh. Daniel's experience is different. He's paying more every month. Meanwhile, his car keeps losing value. Every year, it's worth less than before. Sometimes he wonders if buying was the wrong decision. After all, nobody enjoys watching a $32,000 purchase become worth less and less. But something important is happening beneath the surface. Every payment Daniel makes increases his ownership. Every payment Ryan makes extends temporary access. At first, that difference seems small. Years later, it becomes huge. Fast forward 3 years. Ryan's lease ends. Now, he has a choice. Buy the car, return it, and walk away, or lease another vehicle. Most people choose the third option. Why? Because they've become used to driving newer cars. The process feels normal. Trade in the old vehicle, sign a new agreement, drive away in something new. Repeat. So, Ryan signs another lease. New car, new contract, new monthly payment. Everything feels exciting again. Daniel is in a very different position. His car isn't new anymore. The excitement has faded. But every payment moves him closer to something Ryan hasn't reached. An ending. That's the hidden difference between leasing and buying. One cycle keeps restarting. The other eventually stops. A few years later, Daniel makes his final loan payment. And then something surprising happens. Nothing. No payment is due next month. No financing bill arrives. The obligation is gone. For the first time in years, that money stays in his account. Most people underestimate how powerful that moment is. Not because of 1 month. Because of what happens afterward. 1 month becomes 12. 12 becomes 24. 24 becomes 60. While Ryan continues making car payments, Daniel suddenly has hundreds of extra dollars available every month. He can invest it, save it, pay off other debt, or simply enjoy having more financial freedom. The point is, he has options, and options are valuable. Now let's talk about something lease advertisements rarely emphasize: restrictions. Many leases include mileage limits, drive too much, and extra charges appear. Not right away. At the end. Sometimes years later. There can also be charges for scratches, dents, worn tires, or interior damage. Things that seem minor during ownership can suddenly become expensive during inspection. Then there are administrative fees that many drivers don't think about until their lease ends. Individually, these costs may not seem significant. Together, they can add up quickly. To be fair, ownership isn't perfect either. Once the warranty expires, repairs become your responsibility. Tires wear out, batteries fail, air conditioning systems break. Unexpected repair bills can be frustrating. Some years are inexpensive, others can be expensive. Most cars lose value over time. That's reality. But here's the key difference. Depreciation slows down as a vehicle gets older. The biggest losses usually happen during the first few years. As time passes, the rate of decline becomes smaller. That's when ownership starts working in your favor. Now let's zoom out and look at 10 years. Ryan has enjoyed several newer vehicles, new technology, new interiors, continuous warranty coverage, but every few years, the payment cycle restarted. Month after month, year after year. Daniel spent years making loan payments too. The difference is that his eventually disappeared. Even after maintenance and repairs, there were years when he owned a car without making a monthly car payment at all. And that's the part that changes everything. Not year one, not year three. The years after the loan is gone. Because building wealth is often about eliminating recurring expenses, not just reducing them. That's why so many people misunderstand this debate. Leasing isn't really about ownership. It's about paying for continuous access to newer vehicles. Buying isn't really about getting the lowest monthly payment. It's about eventually reaching zero. One option prioritizes convenience. The other prioritizes ownership. Neither is automatically wrong. The mistake is assuming they're financially equal. They're not. Now, there are situations where leasing can make sense. Business owners may receive tax benefits. People who genuinely value driving a new vehicle every few years may prefer the experience. Luxury vehicles with expensive repair costs can sometimes make leasing more attractive, and highly disciplined investors may use lower monthly payments strategically. But those are specific situations. For the average driver buying an everyday vehicle, ownership often wins over the long run, not because it's exciting, because time works in its favor. And that's the real lesson here. The biggest financial mistakes rarely look expensive in the beginning. They look affordable. That's why focusing only on the monthly payment can be dangerous. A decision that feels cheaper today can become more expensive over a decade. So the next time you're shopping for a car, don't start with the monthly payment. Start with the timeline. Ask yourself where you'll be 5 years from now, 10 years from now. How much money will leave your pocket during that entire period? And when it's all over, what will you actually own? Because the most important number isn't the monthly payment. It's the total cost of the decision.